All right, we're live. Hey, everybody, welcome back. You might not get this because it's pretty sudden. It was impromptu. I was very busy today. I completely lost my mind and forgot to put the reservation in for the YouTube episode. But won't be missed. I'm here, and I have an episode ready to go. Planned it already, and if you don't get it now, you'll get it later. So don't worry. Come back to this whenever you get a chance to. Uh, so we got some really cool stuff today. I wanted to cover. My voice is leaving me. I've been singing all week long. Just really cool, just nice songs I wanted to hear during the week. I'm sure my family loves that. All right. So today episode, I'm gonna call it 6. I hope it's 6. My goodness, we're talking about asking for help in Japan, and this is English that can save you in real life. So we're going to cover some things like that. We're also going to cover some topics about when you need to ask for help. Um, Very practical and real high value words. Um, First of all, it's spring, so I really hope you get out there and check out the sakuras, the cherry trees if you're in Japan. I think I'm going to do another live, just going and you're not going to see not going to see this grill here. You're going to see the cherry trees in full bloom, hopefully. Just want to get on the right day. The park is right next to where I live, and I'll go out there and get good shots, and you get to see that. And that's going to be really nice. Um, but um, yeah, we're gonna jump right in. I don't want to keep you guys. I know you have things to do. Don't want to have. I think the last podcast was like over 30 minutes. I have to apologize. I really didn't intend it to go that long. I like to get a podcast at like 15, 17 minutes. But I don't know, for some reason we went overboard there. Went over the time limit for me. Um, so today we're going to cover some things that you can say to get some help from people in Japan. Okay, now of course, you run into these issues all over the place in every country, but I'm living in Japan. I've been here for over 20 years, and the biggest thing for me personally, asking for help at all is just embarrassment. Because I like to think that I can do things on my own, but sometimes you just can't, and that's the truth in many things. But here we're going to talk about some real world situations that happen to everybody in certain places when you got to ask for help, especially if you don't know the language. Um, but and this is a little odd because I'm giving like English and we're in Japan, so shouldn't I be giving Japanese? I thought of that. Don't worry, I thought of that, but um, I have a lot of uh, I have a lot of speakers out there that are learning English, so this is for you. I don't do too much Japanese, so if anybody out there knows the Japanese words, you go ahead, put them in the chat, and I I would it'd be helpful for me. But I'm obviously, like, again, I'm not doing a Japanese class. I'm doing an English class, so um, what I'm just going to do is give you some words you can use in your own countries in English or anywhere in any English speaking country. Okay, but it's kind of like this kind of kind of like this confusing situation, maybe we'll call it, but it's useful in any case. And that's right. It just gives me an opportunity to talk about my experience in Japan and give you helpful English. So here we go. So real life in Japan. Let's see. There are some places some practical places. We'll start with the train station. The train station. Now, my experience in the train stations are various and many because I usually use the train until I was in my early 30s. I was always taking the train. Um, and so what was the biggest deal for me was always getting the right terminal, finding the right train stop, the right platform, you know, And you know, in English, when you want to know where to go, generally you probably have the platform that you have to go to, and you just need to ask, how to get there. So the common phrase would be in English, uh, which way is platform 7? You know, uh, which way is platform 7? Okay. Another formal way might have Another formal way people will say it is, how do I get to platform, 7? Or how do I get to platform 7? So those are two ways that you can say that. Um, Another common thing you might want to ask, it's happened to me as well. And uh, I think I dropped my keys while walking to the terminal, and I had to go to the lost and found. The lost and found. Every place has it, even in Japan. And let me tell you, most things you lose in the train station, you can recover them uh, at the lost and found. Um, there is a difference, though. I do have an experience where I dropped my keys in the train, and um, you have to wait until the train goes all the way down to the last stop, and then someone checks it, and then they put whatever you lost or whatever, they put it in a box, at that train station. So you've got to call in to the train, the train station, basically ask for lost and found, and you've got to ask, uh, tell them what you lost, or you go there directly and tell them what you lost, and they will check every single train stop, their station. They will check every single until they find and see if anybody found it along the way. And if they find it along the way, if they found it, which they usually do, they found my keys. They will not get it to you that night. They will probably get it to you the next day, because what they will do is they won't make you go all the way to the last station, which is would be a fair thing for them to do. They got no reason to do anything other than that. But what they will do is they will bring your item from the last station all the way to the station that you originally onboarded. And so usually that's the closest one to your house, for the most part, usually. And so they will bring it there, and you just got to go in the morning and pick it up. And that's happened twice for me, one for my keys, twice for my keys. And so that happened. And I was very grateful. I was very grateful because I just, I hang my keys. I used to hang my keys by my belt so I wouldn't lose them. I know where they are, all the times, but sometimes it slipped right off the ring there, and I don't know, it just blew me away. I stopped doing that. I couldn't do it, so I thought I was doing the right thing, and it turned out to be the wrong thing. So, so that's one thing. Which way is it, or how do I get to? And when you get to lost and found, you just say, there are some simple words you can use. Try to just speak very simply, especially if you got to be in English and all you know is English. Um, you're in an English speaking country. Some of the simple things you can say are, okay, my whatever it is what color? Red. Okay. And then, um, and then they might ask you for some details like what's inside of it. It's a wallet, or how much money's inside of it, things like this. And you just got to be as descriptive as possible, and they will more than likely be able to help you out there. And usually, if it's a wallet or something, I've heard they come back and the money's still in the wallet. I mean, Japan is a very safe country, so um, and it's good. That's an awesome thing. I'm glad it's never happened to me. My goodness, I don't know what I would do. Um, Try to follow these instructions, of course, but I'd be very nervous. Moving on, though, stores, and stores. When you're trying to find something, it's very much the same. How can I find? Where are the onions? Or where is um, where is the where's the ice cream? Or how do I or yeah, sometimes you see something behind the glass, like in a counter. It's in the glass counter. You see like meat or something. You say, oh, how can I get, that meat? How can I get that item? How can I get that item? And usually someone will explain it to you. So how can I get that item? Where is that? Where can I find that item? And uh, where is your where is your vegetable? Where are your vegetables located? Um, where are your dairy products? These are phrases you can use when you need help finding something in a store. Hospitals, oh my goodness, hospitals. Just a quick rundown. There's so much going on with hospitals. Put it here. Um, in Japan, the process can be very complex. So you have to be very careful, and you got to move methodically. Do not be in a hurry if you go to a hospital or a clinic in Japan. One, there's already lots of people in, like lots of people in any hospital in the world. It's going to be hectic. Two, you don't speak the language, so that's another one. That's another hit against you. And so you're really going to take your time. I hope that foreigners are very, at least in Japan, they're very patient. I hope they're patient. I haven't heard personally of any wild situations where someone got angry and irate and went off, but I'm sure they happen. Try not to be those kind of people. Simply ask when you get to the hospital, as soon as you find whatever place you think is the lobby, it's usually the front, there's a window, you know, and speak very, very simply. And if it's going to be in English, if you can't speak in any other language, speak in a very simple way, and be clear about it. For example, if your stomach hurts, you just point to your stomach and go, "Ow." Okay, don't don't try to explain yourself that much, just because it's going to be complicated and you're not going to know what you're talking about. Now, usually there are doctors that can speak English. And once you get into the system, once they process you, usually you come to a doctor. Usually they can speak a little bit of English. Sometimes no, but a lot of times yes. But at the beginning, the nurses, I mean, come on, the nurses are not there, for to speak English. Okay, they're there to do other things, but English is not on their top, one of their top things. So you're going to have to speak slowly, speak as clearly as you can, and tell them exactly where on your body you are feeling pain or discomfort. If it's your arm, you point to your arm, ow, something like this, or make some kind of a gesture. Gestures help as well. Um, but when you speak English, speak in small words and speak clearly. Don't slur your words. Don't scream. Be as calm as possible and tell them. If it's your ear, which I always, when I first came to Japan, I used to have these earaches. Oh my gosh, because during the allergy season, I guess the pollen would get in my ear and it would just really, really hurt my ears. And I would just point to my ear and say, "Ouch, it hurts," inside, "Ow," and they from that they knew to just go check it out, wash out your ear, give you a little bit of whatever, and you'd be on your way. If you were sick inside, you'd tell them, you punch your stomach, "Ow," you hold your stomach or whatever, and hold your throat, and they kind of, if you make the gesture, they can do it. But be clear, this hurts. It hurts. It's itchy. It's itchy. It's not. You know. So these two words, it hurts. It's itchy. I can't move my arm. I can't move my knee, or I can't walk properly. Say like this. You speak like this, they'll understand you. City offices, real quick, real quick, real quick. City offices. Okay. City offices will take you an eternity. So be ready to wait. Be ready to hurry up and wait. This is back to my military service. They always have this process of hurry up and wait. You get all the paperwork done, you get everything you need done, you submit to the people, and you sit there for like an hour waiting. Okay. So be ready to wait, and be ready to do the way. Be ready to go about ways the long way. Okay, be ready to do things the long way. be willing to leave that office and go to another office and get something and then come back to finish filling out a form in this office. That happens all the time, especially if you're moving from another house, or you're trying to access some kind of benefit from the city. You're often going to need this. Then you have to go to this office, come back, submit it, and once that's done, then they might ask you for something else. So you're going to have to do. So this might become a point of contention or frustration. But in any place, in any country, try to remain calm and just play the game and get it done. And you will learn to it will actually train you and help you actually develop as a person. Because once you're able to stand in line and go back and forth like 3-4 hours and not lose it, you've grown, my friend. You've grown as a person, trust me. So, some phrases in the city office. Where is the welfare department? Or where is the tax department? Or let's see. How do I apply for? How do I apply for? How do I apply for? Uh, you know, uh, Financial assistance. I don't know. Financial assistance, like something like, how do I apply for? Oh, how do I apply for a residency change? How do I apply for a postal change? Things like this, or how do I get my residence papers, or uh, um, can you give me some information about something? Can you give me some information about something? Because sometimes you don't always do something. Sometimes you just want some information. So, can you give me some information about moving, about schools, about medical facilities? Can you give me some information? Okay. And, um, oh, excuse me. Who do I contact about? Who do I contact about such and such? Utilities, electricity, gas, these things. Who do I call or contact about? Okay, so that's city offices and things like that. Here's a good one. Who's your mayor, right? Who's your mayor? Do you know who your mayor is? There's another one. Yeah. Who's your mayor? Next one. Getting lost. Getting lost. If you get lost, a common phrase to say to, if you ever do get lost and you find, that you can't find your way, always try to find a police officer, police box. But convenience stores were always the most helpful for me in Japan. They'd always set me straight. Yeah, and yeah, if I was ever lost, I could just go to like a convenience store and ask where is such, and they'd go get a map and it'd show me, and they would always, so some phrases to help you get directions. Which way is the stadium? Which way is the stadium? Which way is the grocery store? Which way is the city hall? These are, so which way? How do I get to the train station? How do I get to the train station? Okay. If you're finding, now here's a gem, because we're at the end of this. Here's a gem I'm going to give you. Let's say, okay, that our pronunciation isn't the best, and we got to communicate, and there's no time to go through a pronunciation. You didn't go to pronunciation class. It's horribly expensive, by the way, but it can be horribly expensive to learn pronunciation, and it takes a long time. But what can you do in these situations? Well, to have the other person understand you, and your pronunciation, your dialect is a little thick. Okay, what do you do? What do you do? This is what you do. Listen up. First, slow down. Okay, let's slow right down. That's what someone once told me. Just slow right down. Okay. Um, I have a perfect, and I even have an example for you. Um, I was to show you how the person could have remedied the situation, and I'll remedy it for you. I was in Singapore. Okay, I was in Singapore, and I got into a cab. Okay, and the Singaporean people are lovely people, so nice, so kind, and they do everything they can to accommodate you. Um, but the poor chap in the cab, he was speaking, and he was speaking fast, and he told me, when you get back to the airport, when you're going to leave, go to Terminal Tree. And I was in the back, and I'd never been to Singapore before. I'd never heard this dialect before, and I perked up my ears again, and I said, "I'm sorry," and he said, "Yeah, when you get back, go to Terminal Tree." I was like, "Okay, I'm sorry, I didn't get that." And he said, "Terminal Tree," and and I was in full panic mode at that time. Third time, first time I thought it was me. Second time, I thought he could correct himself just by a second time, just real quick. I'd get it. Third time he said it, I still didn't have any clue what he was saying, and I was panicked. And um, he kept saying terminal tree, terminal tree. I thought he was saying terminal tree. Okay, maybe you would pick it up already. Maybe you picked up what he was really trying to say. But I heard terminal tree in a country I had never been before, where I had to come back, where I didn't know where to go. You know what I'm saying? And so I was very panicked. And then I think he showed me on a brochure while he was driving Terminal 3. Okay. Go to Terminal 3 when you come back from the air, when you come back to the airport. Go to Terminal 3. And I was like, oh, goodness gracious me. Terminal 3. I heard Terminal Tree. And I was like, first, I thought he was trying to give me advice where to go visit a place, or or then I was thinking he was giving me like some meeting place that would be easier to explain where to go from. I just had no idea. So, what could he have done to help me out before he had picked up a map and he had to speak? How could he have fixed that? I wondered. And I thought about that for a long time. And these many years later, geez, some over 10 years ago, 10 years later, um, I'm telling you what you need to do when you find yourself saying something in English and the other person's not getting it. You need to slow down. Okay. Slow down. And you don't have a lot of time. So, there's no real technique you can do. You just got to know what to do. You got to slow down and take an action that will that'll get us to where we got to get to. So slow down and then speak from your diaphragm, your belly. Okay. Most dialects speak from their nasal. Okay. And if you're stuck in the nasal and they don't understand it, it's not going to get any easier. You're just going to go higher because that's the natural thing. That's the natural way of things. You're going to end up going higher, and you're really not going to understand it. Because so that's exactly what happened. In the car, he's saying terminal. He started at Terminal Tree. I said, what? He said, Terminal Tree. I said, what is it? Terminal Tree, Terminal Tree. And so that's like, it didn't sound any easier. It just went higher. And so slow down and speak from your diaphragm slowly. Okay. So if he just slowed down and he would have went from Terminal Tree to Terminal Tree, Terminal 3, it would have slowed down and I would have heard it a lot easier. Okay. If he would slowed down, spoke with a deeper voice from his diaphragm, and then I could have understood what he was saying. Probably a lot easier. So speak from your diaphragm. If the other person is not understanding you, you should already be speaking from your diaphragm, speaking deeply like the singers do. Get down deep, get down there, like Terminal 3. Not like that. But yeah, Terminal 3, okay? And like um, you know, It's over there instead of it's over there. It's over there. You know, it's that way. It's that way. It's that way. It's that way. Speak slowly. Speak from your diaphragm. That's just a little bit of advice there. Okay. Um, so let's go to the core phrases for today. Sorry to bother you. Sorry to bother you. This is when you have to interrupt someone or ask for assistance from someone in a booth or something like this, the police officer, the doctor, the nurse. Sorry to bother you. And the phrase, could you help me with something? Could you help me with something? So when you need help with something. If you can't hear something, like I'm not sure if I understand. So if they say you got to do this, you got to do this, you got to take this or whatever, I'm not sure if I understand. And fourthly, of course, when you want to hear them say something again, I said, sorry, but actually you should say something like, could you say that again? Could you say that again? Oh, and always say please. Could you say that again, please? Could you say that again, please? All right. So I hope that you practice these things and you try to use them. Try to shadow when you're at home. Try to use those words. Sorry to bother you, but where's the post office? Or sorry to bother you, but where's the hospital? Okay. Or I'm sorry, I didn't hear you. I didn't hear you. Could you please say that again? Could you say that again, please? Could you say that again, please? Let's repeat that. Let's go to the top. Sorry to bother you, but could you help me with something? Could you help me with something? I'm not sure if I understand. I'm not sure if I understand. And could you say that again, please? Last hint. Oh, you know what? Next time. Next week. And we'll talk about something a little harder than asking for help, but it'll be fun. Don't worry. And I hope I get out to share the cherry blossoms too. That'll be great. I'll have one more thing to help. I was about to give it, but we'll just wait till let you hang on for a week. And I got some real good, a nice little helping tip for you to improve your pronunciation and to be properly understood from the other party. So I hope you enjoyed this cast. It's great. I'm going to be going out to check out the cherry blossoms myself. So I hope you get a chance to see them. If not, if you're far away, please YouTube. They have a lot of footage. Check it out and enjoy your spring. It's a great time. Come alive, do new things, meet new people, all that good stuff. So until then, take care of yourself and take care of other people around you. And if you're in Japan, take care in Japan. Enjoy the spring. It's going to be great. It's going to be great. We're going to have a great year. And until then, see you then. Okay. Bye-bye. Take care. Oh, don't miss it. Please check out the shop. Check out the shop. Check out the resource page I got on my website. Also, I've published a number of books. Amazon.com. Type in the name Christopher Julian Lowry. And you should get a page with all of my publications. Put that in the chat. Put the full name there. Just type that in. You should get a lot of my publications I published, a lot of books, and hopefully you can be enlightened and inspired by those books as well. And I say that the shop, you should be sure to check out the shop, merchandise, pick up something. It's spring. There's something there for everybody. Until then, take care, and I'll see you again. Take care. Bye bye.